We're discussing episode 4, season 7, Service.
No, she's not.
Wow.
Jesus.
Baggies.
Where is Jesus?
Maggie said that her people could take care of the state. So all they've done is put our community at risk. We need to talk.
Trevor.
Jesus.
They're at the hilltop.
Oh.
That was Maggie, the girl who's...
No, the guy.
Oh, the guy who walked in? Oh, that's Negan's right-hand man.
Hey,
What do you think, guys? What do you think?
That was a good episode.
It was a complete and utter mind fuck the whole time. You could tell just every little step was, we are here to prove to you that you are ours.
Yeah.
Not working for us or anything. You are ours.
Yeah.
And what we saw at the end of the episode with them burning the mattresses, like they didn't need them. They just took some of them, not all of them, took all the guns. Yeah, took all the guns, and it just the whole time, him making Rick carry the bat, yeah.
It's really helping me to build my hatred for Negan, though. Like, the more time he gets on screen, I'm like, man, like, I really like watching you, but I really can't wait for somebody to kill you.
He's a very charismatic villain, though. But it's like, I guess my big question is Rick really becoming subservient? Or is just kind of buying his time until he actually gets his strategy to take over Negan?
Part of me feels like a lot of this has to do with his desire to survive, because we've seen him in situation after situation where he just has some kind of card up his sleeve. He literally bit somebody's throat open.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to have a weapon to fight. It's a matter of making
will.
sure.
Yeah. And I think if they don't have a plan, though, that killing somebody would just be silly. You know what I mean?
Well, that will to kill is a little bit still in there when he was like kind of gripping the bat, like contemplating, but ultimately he'll let off.
I mean,
he's been Caesar Milan.
how much he has to lose, it scares him.
Not like it wasn't as like super tense as I was during that entire premiere.
Yeah.
He was telling Carl put his hand on, but it was still making a good point to where now I'm thinking like, now when I saw Rick's conversation with Michonne at the end, he really just doesn't think that this is just the way of life he's accepted now, which is interesting to me. Like, I don't know, maybe he's still got a plan B, but he would have told Michonne.
I think he's figuring it out still. I think he's lost, but he's...
He doesn't want to be in this
Keeping
position.
the comics totally out of it, it's kind of like, do you really think he just has, do you actually think he has a plan for like trying to overthrow Negan?
I don't know.
Like, what's really the catalyst? Like Rick goes back to, fuck this shit. Let's go get it.
He was saying that when she was like, "There's the hilltop," and he was like, "They still have the numbers." It's because he doesn't know about the kingdom. I think once he sees the kingdom, he might be like, "All right." Like once he knows that there's a fighting chance to actually fight back, then he'll be like, "All right, like that's our way," and then they'll start trying to figure it out.
Wait, no. But I think still something big must have to happen for Rick to be like, okay, we need to get everybody together, because kingdoms now are just up and gonna say like, yeah, I will join you guys. Let's go fight.
Well, they're also not fighters. They're also not fighters.
But they have a motherfucking tiger.
I don't think Rick is going to be the one to initiate it, because I think part of this must be on some maybe subconscious level kind of a relief for him. Like, okay, shit, I'm not the one in charge anymore. Yeah. But even when he sees the kingdom, Rick and his people are just now dealing with Negan. The kingdom and the hilltop have been dealing with Negan for a while. So I think maybe Ezekiel would be like, "Oh shit, we got the numbers now," and they're gonna convince Rick. I think Rick is totally subdued at this point.
Yeah, I think that makes most amount of sense.
He had a dick slit down his
Do you
throat.
bring the comics into it? Because I think.
Well, I haven't read past Glenn's death.
As long as it doesn't like spoil
I haven't.
I don't think it'll spoil the show because they always kind of go on their own tangents. But I think one of the biggest things in the comic books that really turned the tide, so to say, was like Carl getting kind of kidnapped by Negan, and Negan trying to like bring him in, like harbor him.
I don't know
and be
any
like,
of that. Yeah, I mean, because that all happened after.
I swear to God, well,
Yeah, because that happened
if you
all
just
after.
spill, like,
I'm just
spoil
Dylan
something,
got
I
beat
think
to
that means
death.
I fucked it up. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Some of y'all
That's
hate me
never been in the
anyways.
comics.
It's alright.
I don't know. If they would have done that, I feel like Daryl is kind of like the one that's
Yeah,
Or
kind of
maybe
taking that
they
place.
Kinda
Yeah.
switched that.
That's right, because
So
they wasn't
maybe
even supposed
Del-
to be here for it.
But Carl's like such a cold kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Negan kind of like
He's
took a shine to
He's a
him,
weird
even
kid.
during like the whole scene there, trying like it's just like, damn, like,
I've heard though.
you can
Carl
cry?
is
Like,
way
what the hell's
more
wrong with you, you know?
Badass in the comics, though. I personally don't think Chandler Riggs is a strong enough actor to pull off some of the stuff.
I think he can
in the
do it,
comics.
man. I think
He's
he can
pulling
do
off
it.
angsty, annoying teen like a mother.
And
Yeah.
I honestly think like if you,
Yeah, he needs to get a haircut.
The hair
he
needs
does
to
need a fucking haircut.
Marquette, so what did you think?
go. The mullet needs to go.
So what do you
Okay.
think him clutching the bat was? Do you think that may have been just like PTSD tremors of like this is what needs to happen?
No, that was
No,
Because he-
Rick wants to fight.
Yeah, he
Like,
saw
Rick
his
has
chance.
always wanted to fight.
Yeah.
It's
I'm-
like that oppression. I think he's that trigger, and that's like.
But
kinda
if you
what
think
I'm
he's so
saying.
subdued, then what do you think
I
that
think-
was?
I think
His
that's
enemy showed him his back.
I think that's like a little hint that he will slip and lose it in front of Negan.
Yeah, eventually. Right now, it's the death or it's the
Yeah,
lives
it's
and
like
the well-being of
hinting at-
everybody.
Fighting
He's
against
keeping it
himself.
cool now, but
Yeah.
yeah, something's gonna happen.
Negan's prodding him and shit like that, but I think at some point Rick's gonna kind of snap and be like, "Hey, fuck this! Like, how would he beat this?" And I think the Kingdom will help. I think the Hilltop will help. Once all those like factions come together,
What
I think that's when
found-
it's actually kind of like Rick will rise again.
Another thing that was interesting at the end of the episode when Michonne got back to Alexandria and he's like, just give me a minute, just give me a minute. The fact that Negan even gave him a minute that's kind of like, okay, that is good because you're starting to see that Negan is willing to have a somewhat business-like relationship with him. Because he didn't just like, no, my men are going to go bring her in, because that's, in all honesty, that's not out of his
Or
control.
it's the fact that like Negan sees no harm in Rick whatsoever. He's like, whatever, motherfucker, go talk.
See, maybe that is
He's like that arrogant when he doesn't see any kind of fucking opposition.
Maybe that's Rick's plan to appear defenseless.
Beaten,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, so they don't see the war like coming.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want to tip the big bad wolf off that you're gonna, gather all these communities and come fight you. So.
We're just hoping that Rick still has involved.
Rick, okay, did you see him threaten Spencer?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
Rick out
Yeah.
But you
Spencer
threaten
is like-
Spencer
Spencer,
and then
yeah,
Negan.
Spencer's nothing.
Spencer's just an idiot there. Like,
He is.
threatening him is
Can't
nothing.
threaten Negan yet, but when he gets the chance, he's gonna talk. He's gonna.
It's like
sorry.
getting mad at your wife and like,
The big bad wolf, right? In the story, there's 3 little pigs that all have 3 houses made out of different shit.
Yeah.
And then it's the fucking hilltop, and it's the kingdom, and it's Alexandria. And in the end, they all like come down to one fucking place.
That was
Hilltop's gonna
fucking-
go
that was
down,
brilliant,
and then
actually.
Maybe they all just meet up at the
Alexandria, and then they
kingdom.
go to Kingdom.
I mean, it depends on who has the biggest walls. They can keep them out, and then they all meet up there, and that's when the fucking fight goes down there.
Kingdom's gonna be the last place to stand.
You think so?
I agree.
That's the brick house.
You say-
They're
well,
doing
no,
stuff-
I think it's Alexandria.
Schools, like they actually have a society.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of like, hey, yeah, we have power and
And they have guns
houses.
too. Alexandria doesn't have guns anymore.
yeah, not anymore.
Which is crazy. That's because I'm sorry, Alexandria is the biggest threat. That's what it's-
Hilltop will fall first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hilltop
I think we
fall
know
first.
that for next
I
episode.
agree to
Hill,
that.
Hilltop's falling first.
Well, the kingdom's
'Cause of the
in the
the
process
government.
of training its own militia,
That's true.
slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So they may not predominantly consist of fighters, but Ezekiel is finding them and he's breeding them.
Yeah, true.
I don't think he's going to let the fight come to his kingdom. I'm sure he'll want to take it somewhere else only for the sake of protecting those who aren't fighters.
Yeah.
But he's going to fight.
I think you will too.
I just wish I knew how. Sorry, I just wish I knew how Negan broke somebody with a tiger. Like, I want to see how that went down, or like maybe.
Well, and that's the
Maybe
thing.
he
I
just
think
gave
that
it.
Ezekiel has been cooperative from the get-go because he knew that or that they're not fighters, because the fact that they don't meet up at the kingdom, the fact that they're meeting at a different location to make an exchange of supply, or not exchange, but for them to give their supplies to the saviors. I think Ezekiel was more than likely cooperative from the beginning and just let him see, hey, look, we are not a threat. We are just here surviving, and we got a good location. So, and the fact that Negan's not coming himself, he's not sending any real higher ups, and the way the guy was acting with Ezekiel when that other guy started getting after Ezekiel's guy or his man, He was like, hey man, he didn't do anything. You don't need to be acting like this, you know.
Yeah.
And even Negan says that to what's that one girl, Ariel or whatever. Ariat.
She's hot.
He tells her, yeah, we don't get like that unless they do something first. So it's kind of like, okay, we can have this initial thing ease in, but if you're not going to resist us taking your shit, then the rest of this is going to go really easy. I mean, Negan seems to be a man of his word, you know.
He has a moral principle like system. He really does. Like, I mean,
he sticks to his word, you know. And that, I can't say as far as morality or anything like that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's some principles. I like at least remember the comic where it's kind of like he's like this huge advocate against rape. So it's kind of like when they talked about like, hey, you can have any girl you want as long as they don't say no. If they say no, it's not fucking cool. Yeah. It has these weird fucking moral principles.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they make him a rapist. Like, he can already be the worst motherfucker ever, but if they're like, yeah, he's a rapist too. It's like, all right.
Yeah, don't go full Ramsey.
Don't go full Ramsey.
But harem
Never
is
go full
okay.
Ramsey.
Just don't go right.
Yeah, harem's cool. The harem's got to be down, right? That's how you get a harem, right?
Negan's wives.
I don't know, dude. Like,
This season on Negan's Wives.
House of
They're
real
like
Negan.
mopping up brains from.
Oh god! Oh my god!
That's fucked up.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, Negan broke a guy that actually, like, when the whole thing happened with him and Carl, with the people that are trying, like, some guy was trying to have sex with Carl, some crazy shit.
Yeah.
When he ripped that guy's throat out.
Get that guy's throat out. So if you can break someone like that by killing two of their friends, like, what has he done to Ezekiel? I don't know. Ezekiel was only a fucking zookeeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think that they could do some fucked up shit to Ezekiel for him to be like, I'm good.
I don't think they did anything. Yeah.
I want to hear what you got, Chris, man.
Oh, Marquetta, what do you think about what do you think about Negan? What would you do? Do you hate Negan? You want to see him die?
Yeah.
You want to see the tiger eat him?
Marquetta would become one of Negan's wives.
Marquetta would be either suicided or Negan would wake up with a knife in his eye.
I think Negan's gonna Lucille Sheba. So many so many names in that sentence. I think Negan's gonna Lucille Brad's.
Negan's gonna Lucille Ezekiel's Sheba.
That's the thing, I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't remember who asked the question, how you break a guy with a tiger. Ezekiel understands that this is a beast that can kill him at any moment. And I feel like that realization of knowing that he has no control.
That's a good point.
I feel like that's going to even make him that much more inclined to cooperate with Negan, because he's already been put in a position of humility by this beast.
And then this other beast is coming through and threatening.
Good point.
Another thing also how Ezekiel has respect is, like, Rick he earned his respect through fighting and leadership.
He is like Rick now.
But Ezekiel is, he has a tiger and he's portraying
Ezekiel does not have a tiger. He hangs out with a tiger.
Like, you don't need to break a guy with.
Yeah, but my point is that he doesn't really portray physical power. Therefore, he's not a real threat to Negan.
Yeah,
so I don't think Negan really felt like he needs to break him as much.
Yeah.
And it would seem like Ezekiel would break more easily under the threat of Negan hurting one of their citizens or something.
Yeah.
Because Ezekiel's all about protecting his kingdom.
Yeah, but also
especially with how gung-ho he is to keep that little boy alive.
Yeah, even the citizens are not really like warriors. They're like, oh, we live in this weird cult and we just want to be happy.
The cult of Ezekiel? I joined the cult of Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's cult.
That's kind of like Negan's thing, though. Like, he takes people like, okay, it's like, cool, we're all good, but I'm going to take people you care about and hurt them and make you feel responsible. So, like, Rick feels responsible for Glenn and Abraham. It's like he comes in that society, he's just kind of like, give me all your shit, I'm going to kill someone else. And, like, Rick's like, fuck, I have to make this decision to basically say, let's just give him all the guns because I don't want anyone else to die in this. And I think that's kind of where Ezekiel might be too, where he cares enough about like his kingdom where it's kind of like, I don't want anyone else to die. So as a king, I have to kind of protect my people, you know?
Pat, what about you?
I just
want to talk shit. Never talk about
Well, no, I mean, I just don't think that Ezekiel and his people killed any of Negan's people before they encountered each other.
Oh yeah,
that's
so,
also
big
So that's why Negan was so pissed.
Yeah, they all got knifed in the forehead.
And the redhead lady and the fat lady with the cough, and wasn't there another lady too? Maggie and Carol.
Yeah.
So were those like the only 4 women there? Because that's the only ones we've seen so far. And they were like, well, and they gave them. Damn.
There's a
and that was actually why he got mad.
I forgot what he called them. The gang that blew up.
Somebody in the dickheads or something.
The Dick Brigade.
The Dick Brigade.
Yeah. Oh, little Davy and the Dick Brigade or some shit like that.
I've noticed Walking Dead. I don't know, probably nothing, but there's a few lines and phrases they repeat a lot. Thank you has been one of them recently. I remember like thank you was the name of the episode when they faked Glenn's death out. Nicholas was like, thank you. Making Rick say thank you. It's like I just slid your dick down your throat and you thanked me for it. Like I don't know, it just thank you and the different connotations to it, and when you really are not thanking someone but you have to say it. I don't know, it's interesting.
Such a good line on the comic book, man. It's just kind of like he takes all their stuff and it's like, I just slid my dick down your throat and you just thank me for it. It's like, how do you feel when someone says that to you? You're like, you son of a bitch, I want to kill you.
Yeah, that's it. You have to be like, all you're doing is solidifying inside of my head that I'm definitely going to murder you.
Yeah, not today, not tomorrow.
By the mid-season.
Kind of stick to the source material.
Yeah. AMC, I think, is on the cutting edge for
maybe another
cable TV for like what's allowed to be doing and what's not. So I'm calling it now. AMC's gonna be the first cable show to show some nudity. AMC, drop the nipple. It's all on y'all.
USA did that.
For the
When
nipple.
did USA have a nipple?
Like a long time ago, I feel like USA.
But it was a Blue Lagoon.
USA.
Am I just tripping or didn't Breaking Bad? Didn't they say fuck and stuff in Breaking Bad?
No, in one episode she says I fucked Tip. They blurb it out.
Oh, IFT.
Yeah.
There's also fuck you and your eyebrows.
Well, if you were watching it on TV,
fuck you.
And your eyebrows.
But yeah, I think AMC should do it. They should do it. They should be the first ones. And then Comedy Central will start. Comedy Central used to play those fucking Girls Going Wild commercials at like 3 a.m.
They did.
Yeah,
There was no nipples on those. I remember staying awake. I remember my high school, okay?
Yeah, I'd be like,
Girls Gone Wild, this is what I've been waiting for.
But it was never like nudity. It was all just close enough to like, all right.
Normies Gone Wild next week.
Yep. Butt cracks. If you don't watch Westworld, you don't know about the butt cracks thing. But
Yeah, the girls can't show up. It's just going to be the guys.
Right, real quick, any predictions for next week based on what we saw in the previews?
Hilltop's gonna go.
Hilltop is the house made of what? Straw sticks.
Straw sticks. Yeah.
Oh, it was a straw, sticks, and bricks.
That's so cool.
Aren't straw and sticks the same? No, I guess not. Hilltop's a straw house. Are they gonna fake Maggie's death for that long? Is she just gonna live there now?
Oh yeah, that is a lie that they have to go with that now. They have to roll with that now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they wanted to reveal that they're kind of in cahoots with the Hilltop. That's why they.
Yeah, I think they don't want them to know that they know of the other communities.
Because then the Hilltop would be in trouble because they helped them out when they did all the knifing in the forehead.
Yeah, they were the ones that told them about the position.
Jesus was there. Jesus fired a shot.
Yeah.
I remember his sexy eyes.
Man, all I gotta say is like Carl and Negan relationship gonna develop. You agree? The Carl and Negan relationship like that is gonna probably develop
I don't
into
know.
something
Like I said, I have not read past Glenn's death.
I mean, realistically, I feel like he would have battered him right there, so he did let him go. So
maybe he's gonna take him under his wing.
I feel like
Carl never cries. He has like no emotional content.
Yeah,
He's
kids
just
are
like in
very
the
just fucking like.
and also in the comics, he actually had
he said he
damage
just
done to his brain. So like, there's a reason why he's not. Like they try to portray it in the show, but like he had actual brain damage done, so he's actually kind of not all there anymore in the comics.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
comics.
He get shot in the eye somehow and walk away.
Well, like in the
Right.
comics, when he first meets Jesus and they have him, chained up and all that, and he goes, "Hey kid, don't worry about me. I'm not a bad guy." And he goes, "That's okay. I know you're not a bad guy. If you were, I'd kill you already. I would have killed you already." And you're just sitting there like, "Boom!" And this is like a 6-year-old telling you this. It's not a teenager.
Carl loses all innocence.
I want to read the comics just because I know
I almost
Carl's
bought one
one
today, man. They had them there for $5 at Indie Reach downtown.
Hey, what? $5?
Yeah.
Normies read along. We'll read the comics.
it's just us, just
Page 1, we open on a nice scene of
It's all black and
everyone having a
white.
picnic.
Yeah, and it's all black and white too.
Well, Jesus is definitely making an appearance next week.
Yeah. Are you happy, Navi?
I feel like it's gonna all be at the
happy.
Hilltop.
I'm so happy.
Jesus should have came back on the 3rd episode.
I know. It took. Wait.
Huh? Huh?
No.
He came back on the 3rd day.
Fuck out.
Yeah, that was a little slow. Yeah.
Please, AMC, don't stay at the Hilltop the entire episode. Jump around a little, maybe.
You probably will stay at Hilltop.
Yeah.
The way
Can
you've
you
been
please
doing
drop
it.
the commercials though? It's like.
They gotta make their
Or at
money.
least
Well, I
keep
think a
them
lot of
consistently
interesting stuff because
spaced.
Negan's men are showing up. They're going to talk to the mayor. Obviously, there's some dispute going on there. Do they know that they helped Rick's group get into that little outpost? And now also Maggie's there. That man, the second-hand man knows what Maggie looks like. He sees Maggie there, reports that to Negan, not even in the sense of, oh, hey, that one person, their girl was there. And they're like, oh, they told me she was dead.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a whole little, okay.
If
And
he
I think
finds
the
out
next
about that, someone's
episode,
gonna die.
even if they stick at Hilltop, I think it's going to be an interesting episode.
So it's interesting that he was willing to lie about that, but I think it was just to protect the Hilltop. Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I'm satisfied. If there are any closing thoughts, you guys.
Are you satisfied?
Good.
I'm so.
I'm good.
I didn't think that episode needed to be 90 minutes. It was still a great episode, but I think it could have been a little shorter.
Yeah, I don't know why
I think it was a
like-
lot of getting things out of the way for a really good episode later.
For the rest
So
of the
it's like in 90 minutes of here's the shit on the side, and the next one's going to be really good.
Hopefully.
Here's
I'm
the
ready.
shit
really
that's
think it
going
will.
on a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Mention
good.
like
Why is this like a triple?
Oh
double?
yeah. Don't forget to like this video because if Westworld gets more likes, then I don't know. Half of our subscribers are gonna unsubscribe because they hate this competition. But it's not that hard. You just hit like. Walking Dead is sure to win anyway. It gets the unfair advantage.
I mean, Walking Dead's
Clearly,
been
you're gonna
around
win.
longer.
Clearly, you're gonna win.
We have a Patreon. We have other videos you can.
I run the
check out.
Twitter. If you guys want to come follow me on Twitter, most everybody just asks me which reactions we're doing and where our videos, when they're coming out. But Bum Sniffer likes to talk with me, and so does Niles and Steve and everybody out on Twitter. You guys know you. Come on.
Joe Max.
Joe
Sound off in the
Max.
comments.
Lady
Let us know what you think. What's gonna happen. Let us know.
Yep.
Don't spoil nothing.
Don't
And-
spoil anything.
And guys, remember, if you see somebody being an asshole to us in the comments, you cuss them the fuck out.
Yeah. No. Be like.
Nasty.
No, yeah, be nice. No.
So long,
See ya,
folks.
guys.
See ya.
How's the closet this time of year?